Alright, slide 3 here. This is one of the ones that honestly should be all about, you know, what you know, given everything. There's nothing new to this. I'm giving you a graph, a picture of something that's already been graphed. And from it, I can surmise, you know, how many zeros there are, how many, what the power is. I can tell you whether it's even or odd. Right now I'm looking and I see two arrows pointing up, like that. Two arrows pointing up, that means to me it's going to be positive and even. So I write that down. Then I look at the zeros. Looks to me, my x's go, my delta x equals 1 in this case, and my delta y appears to be 5. And it looks to me I have a 0 at 3.5. Erase that. So 3.5. I have a 0 at 0.5, but that appears to be repeated. Repeated because see here how it's bouncing down? That's a repeated 0. And then let's say another one looks to be at -1. So 3.5, 0.5 repeated, and -1. Then they're asking me for my y-intercept. Well, my y-intercept looks to be about, let's say, 4. Okay? 0, 4. I'm just using my eyes and looking and saying, all right, well, that looks good to me. As long as I can be somewhat correct, I'm good to go. My turning points, again, that looks to be about, we have one minimum here, right in there, and that minimum looks to be about -1/2, -1/2, comma, I'm going to say 7, -7. Okay. The other one, down here, we have a turning point that looks to be about 2.5, comma, 35. So 2.5, comma, -35. And our last turning point is that bounce, which was about at 0.5, so that's going to be at 0.5, comma, 0. That was another turning point. Now, the rule is if I have 3 turning points, I have a minimum degree of 4. So if I had 4 turning points, I'd have a minimum degree of 5. Okay, so I know my minimum degree is 4. It's positive and even, which makes sense because the way the arrows are pointing up together. Okay. And then lastly, using your graphing calculator to analyze the given polynomial function, we want to estimate the zeros to 2 decimal accuracy. So I'm going to enter this in, 2x cubed, minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 5, and I graph. Alright, so then I'm going to calculate my zeros, and as I'm looking at this, I'm guessing that my first 0 on the left hand side, so this kind of looks like this, and it goes here. This 0 that I'm looking at here looks to be about -1. So I want to make sure when I say left bound that the x value that I have as I'm pressing to the left is left of -1. Right now it reads -1.27, which is left, so my cursor is right around here right now. And I hit enter. When I go right bound, my cursor ends up being up here somewhere. And I want to make sure that it's to the right of -1, which is, I got it at -0.85 right now. So I hit enter. And I go back to being as close as I can, and I hit enter. Oh, I was incorrect. It's not -1. I have a 0 at -1.15. So that's the first one. Now I want to find this guy. Alright, second calc. 0. Okay, so now my cursor is somewhere around here. Enter. Press to the right. Now it's down here. Enter. And enter again. So I get a 0 of roughly 0.75. And I have one more to go because I see that my graph hits the x-axis 3 times. So second calc, 0. Now my cursor is right around here, enter. Jumps up to here, enter. And guess, enter. So my new 0 is right around 2.89, and I have all 3 zeros. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Good luck with studying. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, set up an appointment. I will be in 807 from 7:15 to 7:45 on Thursday. Okay?